We have been in touch with a number of people who are afraid to say anything. And I think, again, we should just remember these are U.S. citizens, permanent residents, and they are feeling afraid. And so your courage today, I think, is an example for so many across the country. So I now introduce Negah Hekmati for her version of exactly what happened.
Hi, I'm Negah Hekmati, and I was one of those people who passed the border on Saturday night. We passed the border at 12 p.m. and we were in the border for 5 hours till 5 a.m. We were two families and overall 3 adults, 4 kids. All the adults, we were born in Iran, and our 4 kids were born in U.S. or Canada, and we all had U.S. passports. So as soon as they realized that we were born in Iran, they lead us to the office and they held us there for 5 hours. They asked many questions, many personal questions, like our Facebook account and like my parents' full name, birth date, and my uncles who are in U.S. They asked about my cousins, everything, all the detailed questions, private questions, even some of them. And then we wait there for a few hours till they release us. Technically, we couldn't sit even in our car. We had to stay in that area. They had our car keys. They had our passports. And we asked them if we can go in our car because my kids need to sleep. And they said no because you can't start your car, and it was too cold. So we end up sitting on the benches over there. Our kids were so anxious they didn't go to sleep because they were afraid that if they sleep, we probably they're gonna take us to the jail, and they wake up not seeing us. That was not right, I think. And also my daughter, the comment that my daughter was giving me is that please don't talk Farsi, don't speak Farsi. Maybe they wouldn't know that we're Iranian and they won't help us or put us in jail or something like that, which is not okay. And I'm here, I'm as an immigrant, I'm used to these stuff, unfortunately, but I'm here today because of my kids. They shouldn't experience such thing. They are U.S. citizens, and this is not okay, and it shouldn't be okay for them to help there. And watching their parents are anxious, and like all the people are all in the same boat with them, are all Iranian, and that's why they are all their help. So yeah.
And you are a U.S. citizen.
Yes, yeah, we are U.S. citizen as well. So this is not right, I guess. That was very unfortunate. That was very unfortunate, and we used to live in a country that freedom was not a very important thing. That's the reason we moved to U.S., we moved to Canada, and we were so happy when we moved from Canada to U.S. We were so happy that we did this because we thought that we felt the freedom more even in U.S. compared to Canada. But that was so unfortunate. Like, even for our friends in Canada, they always tease us that you left us. Why you're moving? Why did you move to U.S.? And we said we feel more freedom there. We feel that this is part of we're part of a melting pot because here in U.S. we get a chance to have relationship, friendship with many people from different backgrounds, and we were very grateful for that. And that was very unfortunate that we saw that even our Persian friends from Canada, they teasing us, see, they're not accepting you as well. Why do you like to go and to live in U.S.? And that's not right, I guess. I don't know what to say.
How long? It is also difficult to believe that this was just a question of short staffing at the border, and that is what led to these delays, because in fact there were clearly many people being processed through, and the only people that seemed to be pulled aside and held back and detained in some form and fashion were people of Iranian-American heritage. You will hear a little bit more, but the work that we have been doing in our office has been to try to get to the bottom of exactly what was told, what was directed by CBP to our border officials in Washington State. The notion that this was all because of a pop concert that Iranian-Americans went across the border to attend, and therefore that's what caused the delay, doesn't make sense. And you'll hear from Jorge Barron, the executive director of Northwest Immigrant Rights Project, about what he saw and experienced. But certainly this started before people started coming back from the pop concert. My deep concern about this, having been an activist right after 9/11 and having worked on the secret detentions, deportations, additional scrutiny that were brought to communities right after 9/11, going to the Muslim ban when so many of us went to the airports immediately, and now this, is that we continue to have a very skewed notion of what it means to be a U.S. citizen, what it means to be a permanent resident, and what it means to have constitutional protections, regardless of your citizenship status. And this appears to be another attempt to target and isolate a community that very much is part of our fabric, our social fabric. And so the fear that these policies have brought and the discrimination that we appear to be once again veering towards has deep roots in our history.